from SunTrust Park in Atlanta, and a lot of Cub fans in attendance this evening. The Chicago Cubs begin a 7-game, 6-day road trip. 3 here in Atlanta, 4 over the weekend coming up in Cincinnati. Overcast conditions and warm temperatures. Cubs and the Braves in, I guess, game 2 of a 4-game, 2-city series. Welcome to Cubs baseball. Along with Jim DeShays, I'm Len Casper. The Braves a 6-5 winner in the makeup at Wrigley yesterday, and we changed venues tonight. And Yu Darvish, coming off the DL, will pitch for the first time in almost 2 weeks.
Yeah, May 2nd, the last time he went out there. You would hope for maybe a little bit of a soft landing for Darvish coming off the disabled list, but anything but up against this Braves team has been so good offensively. They have the best record in the National League. Jim Hickey, Joe Madden would love to get some length out of Darvish here tonight. Q only went 4 2/3 yesterday, but we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully the strength is there. Hopefully he can be efficient early in the game and get through 5.
The Cubs, after their 5-game winning streak, have dropped 2 in a row, but still a very good homestand, and they've got a big stretch of road games coming up, starting with this one tonight. Braves have been tough. They've got the best record currently in the National League and scoring a ton of runs. Again, a 6-5 Braves decision at Wrigley yesterday. Cubs and Braves from Atlanta next.
Lexus, who encourages you to experience amazing. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Ford, who invites you to go further in their fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your local Ford store or buyfordnow.com. Menards, save big money at Menards. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency.
Back here at SunTrust Park, the Cubs playing here in this ballpark for only the second series. And it's time for our cricket smile, and Cub fans well represented here this week. They swept the Braves on that 6-0 road trip out of the All-Star break last July. Braves a little bit different club this year, however, and Ben Zobrist ready to start things. We will get the Cubs lineup here in a second, and let's do it right now. Cubs Southwest starting lineup: Zobrist, Bryant, and Rizzo at the top. Contreras out of the lineup yesterday, back in there tonight. Baez and Schwarber 5 and 6. Almora, Russell, and Darvish rounding it out. Mike Foltynewicz ready to work, and we are underway. Foltynewicz on a 1-0, nabs the outside corner.
He is the Lexus Experience Amazing starting pitcher for the Braves here tonight from Minooka, Illinois, outside of Chicago. He's made 8 starts. He's 3-2 with a 3.21.
Zobrist bounces out to Ozzie Albies. The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. Zobrist unfortunately grounded out, but if he had gotten a hit, Binny's would have donated $100 to the Greater Chicago Food Depository, but there's always another ball game.
Foltynewicz, 26 years of age, 6'4", $195, one of the harder throwers in the league, averages 96 miles per hour.
Chris Bryant greets him with a base hit. 1-out single for Bryant.
KB coming off an outstanding homestand, continues to swing a hot bat, wasting no time here. Picks on this first pitch fastball from Foltynewicz. Why wait if you get a good one?
Now Anthony Rizzo. Nice night. We might get some rain later, but overcast, warm. And temperatures in the upper 70s as we get started. Unofficially 77 currently. 1-1. That's Jim Wolf calling balls and strikes tonight.
To go along with that good heater, as you see the rest of the arbiters, Torres, Marquez, and Holbrook, the crew chief. To go along with that good heater, slider, curveball, and changeup for Foltynewicz.
1-1 to Rizzo. 97, but missed outside. 2-1.
Yeah, left-handed batter's hitting just 205 against him, so he's working those reverse splits where he's been better against lefties than righties.
Rizzo pulls it foul. The Cubs are 21-17. 4th place in the National League Central. 2 games behind the first place Brewers. Atlanta 25-15. That's the best record in the NL. And they've got a 1.5-game lead on the Phillies in the East.
Yeah, and they've only played 15 games here in their home ballpark. That's the fewest home games of any team in the National League. A stretch of 17 out of 20. They just came off a stretch of 17 out of 20 away from here. Played good ball, but they lost the only 3 games they played here. They were swept by the Giants.
That's a strikeout, and Bryant is out at second, and that's it for the Cubs in the first inning. And the Braves waiting to see if Joe Madden will challenge, but for now, that's a strike him out, throw him out double play. No challenge coming, so the Cubs get a hit, no runs, and the Braves are coming up against Yu Darvish, who comes off the DL next. league in terms of output. The Braves Southwest starting lineup, similar to the one we saw yesterday with a couple of changes. Albies, Acuna, and Freeman at the top. Markakis, Suzuki in for Tyler Flowers, and Inciarte in the middle. Bautista, Camargo getting the start at short, and the pitcher Fultonevich.
Where the players are playing tonight for the Cubs here in Atlanta. Kyle Schwarber's in left. Albert Almora Jr. is in center. Ben Zobrist plays right. Chris Bryant mans the hot corner. Russell and Baez will do their thing in the middle. Rizzo's the first baseman. Wilson Contreras behind the plate. And our Lexus Experience amazing starting pitcher for the Cubs is the right-hander Yu Darvish. Still looking for that first W. 0-3 through 6 starts with an ERA right at 6. He's allowed 6 long balls. Well documented his struggles in the 5th inning. He has a 31.5 5th inning earned run average.
Ozzie Albies tied for the major league lead with 13 home runs, including a leadoff blast, batting right-handed yesterday against Jose Quintana. He's done a ton of damage against the Cubs in the first 3 games of this season set. That is a strike. It's 0-2.
Yeah, he's been good against the league, and he's been outstanding against the Cubs in 3 ball games, 8 out of 15, a couple of home runs. He leads the league in extra base hits, doubles, runs scored, total bases.
Darvish with an 0-2 is tapped foul. Yu suffered a 4-0 loss to the Braves on April 13th at Wrigley Field. 7th start, still looking for his first win. And another 2-strike pitch, and Albies spoils it. The para-influenza virus is what put Darvish on the DL and basically only had to miss 1 start.
Happy haircut, Yu Darvish.
Yeah, all trimmed up. Swing and a miss. So he strikes out Albies. That's a good start. And here comes the rookie Acuna.
Yeah, good start. Good execution of the pitches in that sequence, too. This is a splitter. He's got the full toolkit, and a number of his starts we've seen mostly fastball, slider, cutter. Maybe an indication with that pitch that he's going to use, the splitter or the straight change a little bit more, perhaps flip up a few more curveballs.
Acuna 0 for 4 plus a walk in the makeup game yesterday in Chicago. And this is what the Braves have done so far, leading the National League in many offensive categories. How about this one? A Major League most 230 plate appearances for the Braves that have ended after 1 pitch. And on those 1-pitch plate appearances, they batted .345 as a team.
Yeah, the 0-0 pitch, typically guys hit for a high average when they put that ball in play. Now, the downside, of course, is if you don't get a base hit, you can make it easy on the opposing pitcher. But Kevin Seitzer, the hitting coach here, that has been his philosophy. Go ahead, you get a good one to hit. Go ahead and take a whack at it.
There's the Springfield, Illinois native, Kevin Seitzer.
But, with that approach, you would think, well, my goodness, they must be a free swinging team that strikes out a bunch. That's not the case. They don't strike out very much at all. So they're aggressive, but they're not reckless with their approach at the plate.
19th Major League game for the Braves left fielder. 2-2 from Darvish. Called strike 3. 96 and crisp.
Albies swinging. Acuna, who has struggled of late, takes a heater right down the middle, maybe guessing breaking pitch there. 6 out of his last 40 now, hitting a $150 after starting the year 382 in his first 8 games.
Freddie Freeman reached twice on walks and stole a base on Monday. Cubs over shift to the right against Freeman, and he takes just off the outside corner for ball 1. And he went around with slider.
Yeah, I'll say. He moved 2 feet.
Darvish Contreras battery here tonight. Victor Caratini started behind the plate yesterday just to give Contreras a little breather.
Darvish is very easy to run on, and the Braves steal a lot of bases, so you need Contreras back there to try to neutralize that.
1-1. Bounced up there. 2 balls and a strike.
Freeman's .432 on base percentage, #1 in the league. He's batting .395 with runners in scoring position.
The roster move, outfielder Mark Zagunis optioned to AAA Iowa to accommodate Darvish's return to the active roster. 3-1. So the Cubs have currently a 4-man bench. And Freeman draws the walk. Not a huge surprise. He leads the league in on-base percentage. And if the Braves are going to contend and sit atop this division for much of the year, this guy might be the big key. I don't know if I'd call it a resurgent Nick Markakis, but he's putting up
best ever kind of numbers.
Yeah, incredible numbers. Hitting for home run power, second in the league in batting average coming in. But if he keeps doing what he's been doing, man, that really lengthens this lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for him to sustain this level. It'd be difficult for anybody to sustain this. He's batting .346. He's hit 7 home runs. He hit 8 all of last year.
He has walked more than he has struck out. Got an OPS of .952. He has never put up an OPS in the 900s in his first 12 years in the big leagues.
I wouldn't say he's a late bloomer because he's had a very nice career.
Right.
But it's just interesting to see him have this kind of a run at this stage of his career. He started swimmingly for Darvish, a couple of strikeouts, and now a little tentative with Freeman and now Markakis.
Yeah, I guess the best way to describe Markakis has been consistent, durable, has always hit for a high average. Kind of the 12 to 18 home runs. And the 3-0 is a strike on the outside. 3-1. You and I were digging into some of the numbers in terms of this ballpark now in its second season of existence, and I would say the best way to describe it is we still aren't quite sure.
Yeah, it's played hitter friendly. It has not played home run friendly, despite the reputation. That's when we first heard about this. The ball last year, the ball was flying out of here.
Runner takes off. The pitch is a strike, and the ball gets literally kicked into left field. So Contreras will get a tough error. Freeman's going to try to score, and he is out. The ball got there right as Freeman was crossing the plate, and that'll end the inning. That was
it's
wild.
A ball, glove, and foot all coming together at the same exact time. And Jim Wolf right on it to make the call.
What a throw by Schwarber. And after an inning, we are scoreless. And they just announced the scoring on it. How often you see on a pitch a guy try to go first to home? Stolen base for Freeman, an error on Contreras, and 7-2 on the putout.
Yeah, just a tremendous play by Schwarber to come in and pick that ball up. Now, we usually talk about outfielders making plays on throws. It's a fly ball. They get behind it or they charge a base hit. This is more like an infielder kind of play where he just picked it up off balance and heaved it home and right on the money. It's at least the second, I think maybe the third guy he's thrown at home this year.
You can disagree. I don't think it was a bad base running maneuver by Freeman. It took kind of a perfect play to get him.
No, and Ron Washington was kind of watching that play develop and made a kind of a late decision to send Freeman, but he never broke stride. So he gave Wash the opportunity to send him home, and yeah, it wasn't a bad play at all. I was questioning the steal to begin with, as you was having a hard time finding the strike zone against Markakis. I thought it was a little bit of a risky proposition to run there. But having said that, when you look at the numbers running against Darvish, I think that's going to be the game plan for the Braves all night.
So Contreras now aboard. Leadoff walk here in the second. And our high-speed action is powered by Xfinity.
So he's peeking over his shoulder, gets a little choppy at third, so that probably cost him a little bit. But the great throw by Schwarber, yeah, I see he's a bad angle, so it causes him to take a real wide turn there at third base.
I don't know how Markakis could have told him jump.
Yeah.
But that's probably the only way he would have beaten the throw, is to jump over the glove as Baez foul tips.
Van Halen just played the song. Chris Coughlin would have been safe. But in looking at that replay, what cost him was, I think he was assuming third was all he was going to get. So he didn't kind of belly out to take that turn at third base. And may have cost him a stride, and that was the difference.
Popped up by Baez off of first, and it'll get out of play. He went 7 for 12 with 2 home runs in that 3-game sweep here in Atlanta last July. Still the National League RBI leader with 36. I mentioned Foltynewicz is from Minooka, Illinois, about 50 miles southwest of Chicago, and had committed to the University of Texas before He inked a deal with the Astros after being a first-round pick in 2010. He took a no-hitter into the ninth last June 30th in Oakland.
Came here in a trade that sent Evan Gattis to the Astros January of 2015. He's always had that big arm. That's why he was such a high draft pick. And it looks like he's starting to figure out how to use his stuff. He'd be a stock you'd probably want to buy in on.
Called strike three. No argument from Baez.
Two strikes, righty on the mound. He's thinking slider, and they cross him up with a good heater. Sometimes it's, you got to play the guessing game in this sport, and he was playing a hunch that he was going to see breaking ball there. Just got to tip your cap. That's one of those you look at it in a vacuum, in isolation. You go, how you can take that? How are you going to take that pitch? Well, it's protecting against the off-speed pitch.
Now Schwarber. You've got a plus minus like hockey. He'd be a +1 already, right? Took a run off the board. Foltynewicz, according to Fangraphs, ranks 3rd among all pitchers in fastball velocity. Starting pitchers, I should say. Luis Severino of the Yankees, 97.7. Noah Syndergaard, 97.3. Foltynewicz, 96.4. The most interesting part of this list is the guy who ranks 4th, Charlie Morton, 96.1.
Yeah. We were watching the postseason last year thinking, is that the same Charlie Morton we used to see in Pittsburgh? Because it was a different cat.
34 years old, Charlie Morton.
Well, remember that, when Pittsburgh had him, he'd started here with Atlanta actually, and then Pittsburgh had him, and the arm slot was a little lower. He was trying to sink the ball, and I think, he had some physical issues, but yeah, it was a revelation to watch him pitch last year.
Runner at first, 1 out. Foltynewicz checks on Contreras.
So this is Foltynewicz's ninth start, in the previous 8. He's allowed more than 2 earned runs only once.
Three and two.
Gave up a 6 spot to the Giants 2 starts ago. That was here in 5 innings of work. Last time out against the Marlins in Miami, 5 innings, 3 hits and a run. It was unearned. Next level for him, I think, is to learn how to take a little something off his fastball, create some movement to try to get the ball put in play a little bit earlier. He's not very efficient.
Swing and a miss for strike 3.
And, because of that, he's had some injury issues, and with that big arm, like clubs are with all pitchers now. But a kid this talented at this age, they're going to be a little bit protective of. So the pitch count gets to be an issue. So he hasn't pitched deep into many of his games.
He's only completed 6 innings twice, but he's allowed more than 2 earned runs just once.
Yeah, so it's
foul strike to Almora. Well, this is a conversation that's had quite often about starting pitchers in terms of fastball velocity. Should you save a little in the tank, maybe in the 1st or 2nd inning? Hideo Nomo was known as a guy who would be, 89, 90 in the 1st inning, and then middle innings he's up to 94, 95.
I think some guys are slow starters. They don't get there right away. But I think a kid like this, if you can get there early, I don't believe you should save anything.
Right to Freeman on the ground, and that'll do it. So the Cubs waste the leadoff walk after an inning and a half. 0-0.
you serve or when you served, we stand ready to serve all military families.
Cub fans, nobody tops your passion, and nothing beats the experience of Cubs baseball at Wrigley Field. Be a part of it all season long. Everybody's in. The Cubs return home next Tuesday night to face the Indians. Tickets for that 2-game series are still available at Cubs.com.
So Nick Markakis was at the plate when that wild inning-ending run around the bases occurred for Freeman. Well, he ran mostly around the bases before he was tagged out, right before he got to home plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch outside.
Both these pitchers similar in that, as we were talking about with Fultonevich, Darvish, same approach. He's not pitching to contact. He's looking for swings and misses. Plays the power game. That's why he's one of the greatest strikeout pitchers of all time. And his strikeout rate is still well above league average this year. Maybe not what he's used to doing. He's not getting as many chases as he normally does.
Easy play for Baez. So 1 out here in the Braves' second, and it's Kurt Suzuki. Tyler Flowers caught yesterday and reached base 5 times. 2 for 2 with a 2-run homer and 3 walks. Suzuki had a 5-reach game against the Cubs on April 14th at Wrigley. Line right to Bryant for the second out.
That's a happy pitch. Look, you can feel awfully good about the swing he put on this one, but it's 1 quick out here for Darvish. 1 pitch out. That'll help the pitch count and pull it right at KB. Duck and cover.
Ender Inciarte. Big play in the game yesterday. Great catch. Turned it into a double play to end the Cubs' 6th inning. Braves were able to barely hang on in the 9th. A.J. Minter gave up a run. It got Chris Bryant to line to left with the bases loaded. The 0-1 is bunted toward Bryant, who is playing in, and he couldn't get a good grip.
Inciarte 0 for 5 in the ball game yesterday. The bunt's always in play with him, and now the stolen base certainly is. The league best 17 steals this year. He's been caught 3 times, and I think it's just not a matter of if, but when he decides to try to steal second base. Yeah, you see the ball might have a little funky spin, and as Chris went down with a bare hand, did not get the handle on it.
He's got 17 stolen bases, leading the majors. D. Gordon of the Mariners with 15. Now the guy who had the game-winning home run on Monday, Jose Bautista. The 333rd homer of his career, and the first at Wrigley. Didn't seem like he got all of it, but it was that kind of day, right?
Yeah,
just get it up in the air.
Yeah, it's very high drive. He hit it hard, but really high. Ray Guy punt.
I always love a good Ray Guy reference.
You can't let people forget about Ray Guy.
0-2 on Bautista. Pretty big crowd tonight. Looks like it's a little shy of a sellout. But a very nice turnout.
Been a couple pitches, but I'm a little bit surprised Inciarte hasn't gone yet.
Not running, and that would have been a good one to go as the pitch was in the dirt.
We talk a lot about catchers and balls in the dirt and the proper technique. There are certain times when you prefer a guy try to pick it as opposed to block it. When you got a base runner like Arte out there, if you don't block it, if you block it, keep it right in front of you, you got a chance. But you might be better off trying to pick it.
He runs this time. And I think Wilson thought that might be strike 3. It was not. And that's steal number 18 for Arte.
He gets the top speed very quickly, very dynamic. I think Wilson just made a determination that he didn't have a play on him. Since 2014, with Yu Darvish on the mound, that's 67 stolen bases. 5 caught.
Full count. Switch hitting Johan Camargo on deck. Bautista just 2 out of 21 in his previous matchups with Darvish. And a lot of those Blue Jay Ranger matchups. Two teams that don't like each other. Ooh, that was an awkward swing on a fastball. Strikeout number 3 for Darvish, and through 2, 0-0. Is light. Head over to Timothy O'Toole's in Libertyville at 5 to put your sports trivia knowledge to the test for a chance to take home cash. Addison Russell. 1 ball, 1 strike. Foltynewicz does not mess around. Get it, throw it.
This is his 3rd start against the Cubs. He's 0-2 against them. Pitched well against them last year when we saw him. Ooh, a little late decision there by Addy.
The overall numbers on the homestand very good. He hit 300, took a bunch of walks. The Cubs went 5-2.
Hit his first home run of the year on that homestand. 99 on the edge.
4th strikeout early for Foltynewicz.
Tuesday, May 22nd. That would be 1 week from tonight. Boeing presents Military Appreciation Night at Wrigley Field. All participants who purchase tickets through the Cubs Community Nights page, receive a Cubs military camo baseball cap. A portion of net proceeds will be donated to the USO of Illinois on behalf of Boeing. Cubs.com/community nights for information.
One strike on the pitcher, Darvish. All right, I have a question for you and possibly a homework assignment. Well, this is really important to me.
All right, I'm good.
Mike Foltynewicz's nickname is Folty. Called strike 3, 2 down. So here's my question. Is his nickname the first 4 letters of his last name with a Y attached to it, like most nicknames in baseball?
Yeah.
Or is it just the first 5 letters of his last name?
What? Please rephrase the question,
His last
Alex.
name is spelled Folty.
Right.
Newicz. So is it just the Folty? Is that his nickname?
Folty.
Or is it just Folt and then you add the Y because that's how you do it with nicknames? See, that's a key distinction that I think we need to figure out.
Yeah. I'm guessing whoever named him that didn't even think about that.
Does my question make sense to you now?
It does now, yes.
Because I think it would be lazy to just do the first 5 letters. I think it should be Folt plus a Y. That the Y was not actually in his name. It's a different Y.
Or he could be Folty.
2 Ys? Now that would be next level.
I think you should seek him out tomorrow and ask him.
Well, I was hoping you would. See, because I think that'd be a better question for a left-hander to ask.
Look at me like I'm insane.
You'll be like, what? Three and 1 on Zobrist. Make it ball 4, and he's on with 2 outs. Chris Bryant coming up.
KB jumped on a first pitch fastball, solid line drive single to left first time up. We'll see how aggressive Folty is here. If he attacks again with a heater, he goes breaking pitch.
Chris a single and then caught stealing in the first inning.
I don't know if Zoe would go, probably not, but the Cubs might be inclined to try to run a little bit tonight. Suzuki hasn't thrown anybody out yet this year. The Steelers are 12 for 12 when he's behind the dish. That's firm, man. That is firm. Yeah, he's got a golden arm. So you're asking earlier about should he save anything,
right?
My answer is no. I think if you got this kind of an arm and you're throwing a 4-seam fastball, you just turn it loose and let it fly. The other point I was making, though, I think if you could sink the ball, and just create some movement to get early action, get some ground balls, you would save some bullets doing that. But I don't think he should intentionally, not let it go when he's throwing his 4-seamer.
Back-to-back 2-out walks.
Especially now because the expectation for a starting pitcher has changed. Now, for the most part, if you get a guy through 6 innings, you're really happy. So the idea that you need to have something left in the tank to pitch the 8th and the 9th just really doesn't exist. Got a handful of guys out in the bullpen who throw, for the most part, throw just as hard as he does in most clubs.
So 2 on for Rizzo.
Flew open, and he's just, he works quickly, but sometimes working quickly leads to rushing your delivery, and I think that's the message Suzuki's probably delivering. Nothing wrong with your tempo, but make sure you don't rush your delivery. Stay on that back leg, get your arm up, and get the ball going back downhill. Fultonevich just maybe just a little bit extra jack tonight going against the Cubs. His hometown team.
For sure. Little low. 2-0. All kinds of interesting baseball news. We'll dive in as the night moves along. Word just came out. A.J. Pollock has a broken left thumb. Looking at 4 to 8 weeks. That's terrible news for the Diamondbacks, who have lost 6 in a row.
It's becoming an annual event there to lose Pollock for an extended period.
He has been rather unlucky.
Maybe the MVP of the National League to this point.
Fouled out of play.
That was a story here last year with the Braves with Freddie Freeman.
Yep. Robinson Cano gets an 80-game suspension for using a banned diuretic. And his time on the DL, when he just broke his hand, will count toward the 80 games. 2-2, swing and a miss. Well, basically that whole inning was about pitcher and catcher. 2 strikeouts, yeah, 2 walks, and then a strikeout to end it. In tonight's game. SunTrust Park, our second trip here. Third ballpark the Braves have occupied since they moved to Atlanta in 1966. Fulton County Stadium, Turner Field, and now a move to the suburbs, 10 miles northwest of downtown. We're in Cobb County. They call this entertainment complex the Battery Atlanta. And ball 1 the count on Johan Camargo. He didn't start yesterday, but he sure made a big play in the 9th inning at third base to rob Baez of a leadoff hit. He started the year on the DL due to an oblique strain, and last August suffered a very bizarre knee injury that sent him to the DL. Now watch right there. He was reaching down to grab some dirt, which is kind of what he does when he comes onto the field. Tripped, injured his knee, and I noticed tonight as he ran out to take his position, he did not do that. So some superstitions
well learned, yeah,
do go away. if they cause a DL stint.
Yeah, see.
So right here, just right there. Just run onto the field.
Yeah.
Could you stay on your feet if you were jogging and had to just reach down and grab dirt at this point in your life?
Yeah, well, it would take a while for that whole process to develop, but yeah.
Darvish gets over there in time. A little bit of a late start for you, but he got over there to make the play. I'm not doubting you. It was a fair question.
No, it's a very, very much a fair question, and I might do that tomorrow on my way over to find Mike Fultonevich so I can ask him about his nickname.
Please be careful, though.
Try to do a little bit of.
Make sure you have someone with you in case you blow out your knee.
We'll make sure we got a camera operator.
Someone suggested on Twitter he could go with FOLTIE. That would end the debate. Now, why wouldn't they use the last half of his name for a nickname?
Nevich?
Yeah.
A little Joe Rudy stance working.
Swing and a miss.
Anytime you can drop a Joe Rudy and a Ray Guy in the same broadcast, you're staying current.
You got Oakland on the brain.
That's what it was. Billy Williams was talking about Joe Rudy the other day. He had him on. Oh my!
He chased a slider way out of the zone.
That was the old bail and whale.
It was a faulty swing.
Well, that's what I was wondering, if some clever headline writer wrote faulty towers over the opposition. If anybody in the current generation, anybody have any idea what that was referring to?
There's a 17-year-old kid in my household who would get it.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, we watched the whole series. John Cleese. Yeah. Now Albies with 2 outs. Darvish has been sharp here early in his first start off the DL. Hooked into right. The dude can hit.
Yeah, another first pitch swing from the Braves. They swing early, they attack. Yeah, and the ball just really jumps off his bat. He's a strong young man. 5'8", $165-ish.
Still just 21 years old. From Curacao, Ozzie Albies. It's been a good pipeline of Atlanta Braves. Born in Curacao, right? Andrew Jones. Jair Jurgens.
Forgot about Jair Jurgens.
Randall Simon. Andrelton Simmons. All from Curacao. So if you were born in Curacao or the state of Georgia,
and you can play the game, you might end up a Brave.
You might end up in a Braves uniform. He takes off, got a big jump. Not real happy Acuna found it off.
Yeah, but the problem was he was going on the 0-1 pitch, and if Acuna takes the pitch to let him steal, now he's hitting 0-2. And that's what, we talk about the value of first pitch strikes to put a hitter in the hole. It really pays off in a situation like this too, because now the hitter can't afford to take that pitch. Most can't. Back in the day, there's some great bad handlers, 2-hole hitters choke up, and they would take the 2 strikes to let a guy steal a base, but that doesn't happen anymore.
He was leaning. Not going, and the pitch is up and in. Kind of an awkward landing by Darvish.
They have caught a cleat there. After his delivery, and a little wobbly.
I mentioned Acuna slumping as of late, just getting his big league career started. 6 for his last 40.
It's a great example of what we were talking about. Contreras picking that breaking pitch in the dirt. If he just blocks it, it gets away from him at all. Albies is standing on second base. We had to be concerned about Darvish's stamina after being sick and the layoff, but he looks strong tonight. Everything looks good.
Albies runs off the outside. Darvish thought he had him. A little wide. Stolen base number 6 for Albies. Yeah, there's no specific pitch count for Darvish tonight. He was not on the DL due to any sort of arm issue. It was the illness, and they'll just monitor, and game situation will dictate. Three, 2, ball 4. Never love walking a hitter in front of Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, that was that situation we talk about a lot. And he didn't get the call on the slider, so they opted to go fastball there and just overthrew it a little bit. Get a little something extra on it. I mentioned last time Freeman was up there 395 with runners in scoring position so far this year. Look across up. It's amazing that he caught that pitch. If you're looking for a breaking ball there and he throws 96, pretty impressive that he was able to catch the ball. So they got to get on the same page here with a man on second.
First mound visit by the Cubs. Dodgers are down again, 2-0 at Miami tonight in the 5th inning. The Dodgers getting a little healthier as they get Justin Turner and Logan Forsythe off the DL. Cubs got Darvish back from the DL tonight. And the 1-0 is popped up off of third. See if Bryant has room, and he does. Braves strand a couple. We head off to the 4th. 0-0. say, show me the Chicago Cubs into your X1 voice remote and get live team stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. That is next level stuff on the tattoo. It's taken a couple of days to get that one done. Contreras out into deep right center. That ball is off the wall. Here comes the throw to second. It's late. He's got a double.
Boy, does he ever. Man, that ball, that was a 1-iron. Oh, my goodness. A laser beam off the wall in right center. Coming off a homestand in which he batted .458. Did all kinds of damage. It was walk double to start the road trip. Beautiful swing of the bat. And talking about it a lot with Contreras. When he's going alley to alley, good things happen.
He had that 3-game stretch. 10 for 15 with 26 total bases Wednesday to Saturday. Baez swings and misses.
That's the pitch he thought he was going to get last time up with 2 strikes when he took that fastball.
A strikeout in the second. 3 shots to get the first run of the game in. Contreras will have to hold. Here, Baez is just out at first. Camargo's throw barely in time.
That's where if you're the base runner at second, you can be a little daring there and distract that infielder just a little bit. Maybe you steal an infield hit for Baez. It's a high-risk play. You see the ball hit in front of you. If you're the base runner at second, you just go right back to the bag.
The pitch to Schwarber. Big swing on 98.
Schwarber, patient hitter, sees a lot of pitches. Fulton-Nevich, number 3 in baseball in terms of pitches per plate appearance. We'd anticipate a lengthy battle when these two guys get together.
The ball Contreras hit the high wall in right center. 16 feet high. And the Braves bullpen over to the foul line. Left center to right center, it's 8 feet 8 inches high, and a real low fence in left is 6 feet. Ball really seems to carry well to that part of the park. I was chatting with Mike Montgomery before the game about his home run here last year. He had a bunch of family and friends in attendance and spoke very fondly of that swing of the bat. He said, whenever someone says you're not a good hitter, I can always say I've got a home run in the big leagues.
Yep.
Can't take it away from him now.
Pitched a heck of a game that day, too.
He did. The 2-2. And he's run it full.
Well, there you go.
Runner at second base, 1 out, 4th inning. Call.
Oh,
strike 3.
Man. A wry smile from Schwarber. The Jim Wolf I remember, I always thought he had a kind of a tight zone, but that has not been the case here tonight. Suzuki framed it nicely, gave him a good long look at it, but it looked like it was off the outside corner.
So it's up to Almora. Albert had 3 hits, including his 2nd home run of the year last year. Down the line, foul. Both home runs he has hit have come against the Braves. The Cubs have had a base runner in every inning. One and one. Trying to give you Darvish some run support as he looks for his first win as a Cub. Right-hander now ready. 3-1. Russell on deck.
There's a lot more to pitching than just throwing hard, but I was just thinking about had the Astros not traded Fultonevich and he was on that current staff over there with Cole and Verlander and Charlie Morton. Pretty daunting.
Yes. Three and two with a base open. Ball four. That'd be kind of a fun game to play. You could construct every major league team currently and have available any player who's ever been in your organization. You'd have some overlap. In other words, you could take, the 25-man roster. If you're the Seattle Mariners, you could have any 25 guys who've ever been in your organization.
Play the what if game.
Some super teams, wouldn't you? Where would Gleyber Torres play?
Mm-hmm.
You'd find room for him, though, probably. A strike. You could have Chapman, too.
So you could even have the guy you traded him for.
Yeah, for sure. The 0-1 fouled. 0-2.
Good pass at that heater. Russell handles velocity usually pretty well. He's got to go into battle mode here.
We talked about his high pitch counts and over 70 here in the fourth inning. Rattles around and the runners are going to hold. Just didn't get far enough away from Suzuki for Contreras to get a good read on it.
He's just, 0-2, you got a hitter in a little bit of a defensive posture, and he's pitching for strikeouts, trying to get chases. He did it with the 3-2 pitch to Almora. That'll really run the pitch count up on you.
Oh, 2 to 3-2 and
doing the walk off.
Runners now get a head start with 2 gone and a swing and a miss, and Jim Wolf got knocked over. Throw goes to first. Cubs are going to get the lead. Why did Suzuki throw to first? Wow. Boy, that worked out for the Cubs. He should have just eaten it. But he fired late, and he missed the target, and Contreras scores.
Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Swing and miss at the ball in the dirt. Suzuki and Wolf to dance a little bit. And then Suzuki had to realize with all that went down before he could get to this ball. Did a nice job there shedding the blocker, though. Ill-advised throw and a cheap run for the Cubs.
So Darvish has a 1-0 lead as he bats with runners at first and third, and he bunts through strike one. Probably be a strikeout wild pitch. And don't know if they'll give Suzuki a throwing error. I think Contreras scores even if Freeman catches that throw. Well, they're going to say an E2 allowed the run to score. One and two. Well, he thought he was out of the inning on a 2-2 pitch. Russell goes. Darvish bounces softly to short, and Camargo will throw him out. But the Cubs have the lead as we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's 1-0. Jim Wolf toppled over and dusting himself off.
Good to put together, man.
Yeah, he is. Well, Randy pitched in the big leagues for a long time. As Darvish takes his final warm-up tosses, it's time for our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage. This is the crazy play in the bottom of the first inning. It ended with Kyle Schwarber throwing out Freddie Freeman at home plate.
Well, last couple of days, Cubs have been a little bit loose in terms of their base running and some of the work in the field. So tonight they have the advantage in that regard. There is such a thing as umpire interference. Usually it deals with when a catcher's making a throw. He gets tangled up with an umpire. Generally, the umpire is considered part of the playing field.
I think in tonight's case, he didn't really interfere with the throw itself.
No, I was just checking to see if he got tangled up with a player trying to make a play on the ball, if you could make a ruling that he impeded Suzuki's ability to get back and get that ball quickly enough to make a play on Russell. I've never seen that called.
One strike on Markakis. Here's a pitch. Curveball didn't curve very much. Bunch of bullpens were thrown today. The Cubs starters. Tyler Chatwood will pitch tomorrow night. John Lester will go on Thursday. And John's last two starts were interrupted by rain, and there is rain in the forecast again the next two nights.
Yeah, he's been the rain man this year. A few years ago, Edwin Jackson, it seemed like every time he was supposed to pitch, it rained.
I think Jason Hamill had that one year too.
Yeah.
Verizon projected starters: Chatwood and McCarthy tomorrow, and Lester versus Mike Soroka on Thursday night. Markakis has seen a lot of pitches here tonight. On a 3-1, he bounces to Rizzo. Underhand flip. Darvish at the bag.
Hey, all you parrot heads. Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band are returning to Wrigley Field Friday, July 13th. Special guest Boz Skaggs will be along for the ride. Don't miss out on Jimmy's only Chicago appearance of the summer. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com/concerts.
Suzuki, who committed that throwing error, lined hard to Chris Bryant in the second inning.
Suzuki kind of like Markakis too, in that he's had a nice career, but doing best work here later in his career.
Good about
later in his career.
Now, the Braves have to feel real good about their catching tandem of Flowers and Suzuki.
He had a .536 slugging percentage last year. It was the highest among all catchers with a minimum of 300 plate appearances.
Yeah, he hit 19 homers in 81 games. On a bounce, Bryant moving to his left. Ciarte laid down a bunt in the second inning with 2 outs. And he stole second. He was stranded there. Bryant plays in on the grass. He was pulled in the last time, and it ended up not really mattering. Caught the outside corner, 1-1. Darvish has allowed 2 hits and 2 walks. He's got 4 strikeouts. And a high drive deep to right, and she's gone. Game tying homer by Ciarte, his 4th.
He had been swinging a hot bat yesterday. He took an 0 for 5, but right back at it here tonight. A bunt single last time, and now he plays long ball. Darvish has been able to throw that fastball by a number of the Brave hitters tonight in the middle of the strike zone. This time, Inciarte. Good compact short stroke. There's a Ford home run replay. This ball up too, man. That's way up above the belt. That's an impressive swing of the bat.
Ford home run replay, so a 1-1 tie. Bautista with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. All right, do you stay down there at least for a pitch or two?
Well, you might want to go shoulder high for one.
Okay.
But yeah, it wouldn't hurt, right? I mean, you get a guy swinging, he's not reading that pitch. You might be able to get him to chase another one.
And he did. So Darvish strikes out Bautista, but Inciarte before that with a towering home run. It's 1-1 after 4.
We're giving away a VIP weekend, including Lollapalooza VIP tickets for Thursday and Sunday, plus tickets to watch the Northsiders from a suite on Saturday. Enter for your chance to win at NBCSportsChicago.com/VIP.
Have you been to Lala?
No, have not.
A lot of fun.
Kelly's been, and daughter.
We want to welcome.
The big crowd guy. It's big singing. I'm not in the big crowds.
Sure, I got you. We want to welcome all our viewers watching on Independence Telecommunications Utility in Independence, Iowa. Great to have you with us this evening. One and one on Ben Zobrist. High ball game, 5th inning. Pulled on the ground into shallow right. And Albies will throw to Freeman in plenty of time.
Friendly little hop.
Bryant on twice again tonight.
KB ranks 5th in the National League in on-base percentage since 2015. As a matter of fact, 4, 5, and 6 are here tonight. Freeman 4, Chris 5, Anthony Rizzo 6.
Takes a fastball for a strike. Nearing 500 career games. This is number 492 for Chris. Just surpassed the 100 home run marks. Got 102, including one yesterday.
Warm night here in Fultonevich. To me, it looks like he's starting to fatigue a little bit. In last inning, falling off to the first base side a lot, having a hard time maintaining his mechanics.
Three and one.
He's not shy about showing his displeasure to Jim Wolf, the home plate umpire.
Line drive, base hit in front of Inciarte.
Every time you look up, the man's on base. And quite often he's circling the bases. Home runs in first 4 seasons among third basemen.
It's been kind of an interesting position in terms of Hall of Famers. The only Hall of Famer on that list, Eddie Matthews, and another one's going in, Chipper Jones. Chipper at the ballpark tonight.
And speaking of, happy birthday to George Brett.
How old is
Mr. Brett? Hall of Fame third baseman. I want to say 64.
65. He was born 65. In 1953.
John Smoltz celebrating today as well.
I believe John is 51.
A.J. Hinch, Astros manager, 44. I think. There's Chipper.
One of the best switch hitters of all time. I'll look up his splits, but I feel like they're really close. Typically, switch hitters.
Yeah, and I think didn't he struggle early in his career from the right side?
He did,
and then he, as so many great ones do, he kind of fixed it.
This is great. Pop foul out of play. Chipper Jones, as a left-handed batter, hit .303. As a right-handed hitter, he hit .304. Slugged a little bit more as a lefty, but well above average from both sides. That was crushed but foul.
Cut fastball there, and a lot of times that cut fastball serves to speed up the bat a little bit, and it can be a dangerous pitch, and he put a real good swing on it. Hovered, it didn't really break much.
In case you're wondering, Chipper Jones this past winter received 97.2% of the Hall of Fame votes. That's about as unanimous as it gets these days. Rizzo walks. Contreras bats with 2 on.
There's their bullpen. I don't see anybody up. I'm a little bit surprised. I think they'll probably get somebody going here.
Well, there's some movement out there in the right center bullpen. Phone just rang. For ball 1.
He's definitely laboring. This is Great opportunity for Contreras, who walked and hit a rocket off the wall for a 2-base hit last time. Fultonevich taking a little bit more time between pitches now.
Off the outside. Three hits, 5 walks allowed by Fultonevich.
When you get to this stage of the game, you're facing hitters for the 3rd time. You've been fastball slider reliant throughout, so not a lot the hitters have to consider other than those 2 pitches. Now, when you throw 97 on the corner, that usually plays pretty well for you, but this is, again, I talked about the ability to sink the ball, maybe give the hitters a little different look. Either that or slow curveball, a little change. It's kind of the same story with Darvish.
Nearing 100 pitches. And it's 2-2 on the Cubs catcher.
Well placed there and on the hands. They're mostly away from the right-handed hitters. It's the veteran Peter Moylan. A lot of great pitchers, when they look back on their career, they say, I really turned the corner when I bought into the idea of putting the ball in play, letting guys put the ball in play. Not everything was dependent on the situation. He is working hard out there, man.
Over 20 pitches each of the last 4 innings. Major League average, I have to check what it is this year, usually 15 and a half, 16 pitches per inning. Tapped foul.
Yeah, Darvish is just under 20. That's has not been efficient, and again, that's not his game. You're never going to find him among the league leaders when you're talking about fewest pitches per inning.
16.7 is the current Major League average.
It's the strikeout rate and the walk rate both go up. So will that number.
Swing and miss. That's a big one for Fultonevich. 2 outs, and here's Baez. Mike Montgomery getting loose in the Cubs bullpen. Not quite sure. Maybe there's a phone issue with the bullpen. I don't know. Any guesses?
I do not have any guesses.
I thought
the fact that Montgomery's up and he was talking, leads me to believe that.
Well, I thought it looked like he said bullpen. He might have said ballpoint pen, but it's just a guess on my part.
My pen is out of ink. I can't make a double switch if I need to.
Yeah, it might be because there are 2 outs in the inning, and maybe they had a phone issue, and Montgomery just got up, and so Joe was thinking, if Albert makes an out here, we're in trouble. Maybe just wanted to let Jim Wolf know that there was an issue.
I think Javi's the only one that checked there.
I think you're right.
Did Suzuki ultimately check? I don't think anybody was going to check except for Javi.
Well, he's generous that way.
Don't even think about it, Carlos.
Fly ball down off of first. Freeman will not have a play.
Yeah, that part of this ballpark is pretty hitter friendly too. There's not a lot of foul territory.
Might have just emptied the tank to get out of the fifth. We're still tied at 1.
Back 1-1, bottom of the fifth, on a piece of Cubs history as part of the Cubs' ongoing effort to restore and modernize Wrigley Field. Several sections of seats have been or will be removed. These seats are now available to purchase in sets of 2. Visit Cubs.com/seat sale for more information. One for me and one for you.
And it is Mike Montgomery in relief of Yu Darvish. So a fairly short night for Darvish. 61 pitches in 4 innings. Allowed a 1 run, the homer by Inciarte. Struck out 5. Thought he looked pretty good.
Yeah, I do too, and that might be part of the thing. He's coming back from the stint on the DL, and 2, they're trying to rehab his game as much as anything. So 4 innings, a 1-run ball, get him up the tunnel, and way to go, man. Next time it'll be all systems go. And then the other part of it here, and I don't think this is part of the strategy, but one of the side benefits of it, now you get Montgomery out there, maybe you can stretch him out a little bit with an eye towards a possible start in the doubleheader in Cincinnati this weekend.
Facing Johan Camargo. I think Joe wanted to get Montgomery's bat into this game.
That's the other part of it.
1-1 bottom 5. Camargo making his 11th start in the Braves' last 12 games in place of the injured Dansby Swanson. Who has struggled during this stretch. 4 out of 34. Line drive, base hit. Make it 5 out of 35. And this game will be handed to both bullpens as Charlie Culberson will hit for Fultonevich.
And the other thing this move does, it takes the running game away a little bit from the Braves, too. Much more difficult to run against Montgomery than Darvish. Fulton Evans in the Braves dugout. Fine job tonight, 5 innings, a 1-run ball. Punched out 10. So he faced 23 batters. 15 of them either walked or struck out.
Yep. And the run was unearned. Fouled away. And 2 on the pinch hitter. Missed inside. That doubleheader is Saturday. Split doubleheader in Cincinnati. Cubs coming off a long stretch of matinees at Wrigley Field. Late starts here. 7:35 local time on a bounce. Baez. Oh, the throw. It's away from Russell. And the Braves have runners at first and third with nobody out, as opposed to a 4-6-3 double play and a rare bad throw by Baez.
Yeah, he's made a few errors lately, and some of them have been going to be fairly routine plays. He makes so many spectacular plays. And this time he's just rocking back on his heels and makes an errant throw to second base as opposed to step and throw.
Comes at a time and they bring up Ozzie Albies, who's 1 for 2 this evening, and takes a curve for a strike. 9 for 17 on the year against the Cubs.
And 420 versus left-handed pitching.
That gets by. Throw to the plate. In time. Jim Wolf calls Camargo out. It was really close. Boy, what a huge play that could be.
Second base runner caught at home plate here tonight. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah,
we're going to want to look at that at least.
I thought from up here he looked safe. And I think he was, and they're going to review it.
I mean, your instinct says a base runner and a ball gets to the backstop is go, go, go. But in this ballpark with that short backstop, a brick one at that, it's a dangerous play for the base runner.
Was his hand on the plate? Looked like the hand broke the plane, but that doesn't matter. We've talked about this before.
I think he eventually got it. I'm not sure exactly when, and I'm not sure when the tag was applied either.
And so the red glove, you can clearly see, is over the plate before the tag, but is his hand on the plate is the key question.
I think they're going to overturn this one.
Yes, probably. Shred of good news for the Cubs is that the original call was out. Great throw.
I just can't tell if he brushes his shoulder on the way by here or not. You folks at home probably have a better look than we do on your big high definition, big screen televisions.
Well, you came up with the board game. You make the call.
Yeah.
This would have been a good one to use. either be a runner at second base, 1 out, or a 2-1 ball game, runner at second, nobody out. So they uphold the call. Brian Snitker disagrees.
Yeah, and Jim Wolf saying, what can I do, man? We followed protocol. We asked for the replay. And I guess in replay review, I think they had the same issue we did. They couldn't tell exactly when or if that tag was applied and the call on the field. If that's the case, has to stand.
So the Braves have had 2 base runners thrown out at the plate. Well, I'm basing this question on a result, not a process, but I'll ask it anyway. Was it the right play by Camargo to try to score?
Well, that's what I said. It's the instinct to go, right? Pass by your speed guy, especially. Ball gets through the catcher to the backstop. It's go, go, go. This being their home ballpark, though, I'm sure they've talked about it. There's nobody out in the inning. It would not have been obviously not a bad play to stay put. But it's just that's a tough switch to flip. We've been top for years. Get a good secondary lead, be moving forward as the pitch goes home. Be ready to react to a ball in the dirt.
Throw to third. Out. And they don't have a challenge. And Culberson wants them to review it, but they can't. They lost their challenge.
No, they don't have a challenge. Culberson standing out there. I'm surprised Snitker's not going to. I thought maybe he'd just go out and start screaming and get ejected. He looks safe too. Again, another good athletic play by Contreras. He was safe.
He was safe, but he's out. Two outs, nobody on. 3-1 on Albies. Ball 4. This has been a wild ball game. So Freeman got thrown out at the plate. Camargo thrown out at the plate. Culberson thrown out at third.
Well, you know what has to happen here. Albies steals second base. He's safe, but ruled out. And they can't challenge that one either.
Right. That would be the cycle, right?
That would be fun. He's actually starting from a dead stop. That's one thing he did poorly. He should have had his momentum going forward still.
Now in the postseason, a manager gets 2 challenges, so you can be wrong once and keep 1 challenge before the 8th inning. Acuna the batter. And the pitch is low. And Montgomery will throw to first. Popped into center. Mike Montgomery's got a rabbit's foot in his back pocket. That worked out. Remember, the error by Baez set up the inning. But then 2 Braves thrown out, 1 at the plate, the other at third. And it's still 1-1.
Ford Escape
Gathering, plan a day or evening at Wrigley Field and enjoy special perks only available inside the ballpark. The Cubs offer special ticket packages for groups of 15 or more. Visit Cubs.com/groups.
Luis Gohara, big burly left-hander here in the 6th inning in a 1-1 tie.
That's one of their really talented young prospects / big leaguers now that he's here, I guess. That prospect label on him or not.
6'3", 265. And a first pitch strike. Fastball to Schwarber. Gohara started the year on the Braves DL with a left ankle sprain. Option to Gwinnett after he came off the DL in late April. Made 5 starts with the Braves last year. And pitching in his 2nd game in relief this season. Got a save in his first one.
Big burly left-hander. Conjures up images of CC Sabathia. He's from Brazil.
Pops in a nice breaking ball.
Many players from Brazil. 5 as a matter of fact.
Jan Gomes was the first big leaguer born in Brazil. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
That's up where Fultonevich left off. It's a hat trick for Kyle tonight.
It's 11 strikeouts for Braves pitching.
Ball game yesterday, the Cubs only struck out twice. That's a real rarity in this day and age.
Deep center, but it's going to stay in, and it's in Ciarte, 10 feet in front of the warning track.
Braves got Gohara from the Mariners, January 2017, a deal that sent Malik Smith and Shea Simmons to Seattle.
A strike on Russell.
Shea Simmons was with the Cubs in spring training.
Heard of
I'm at Iowa now.
1-1. Have you heard what a toot plan is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's base running gaffes. I guess it's 3 for the Braves tonight.
Yeah, thrown. It stands for thrown out on the bases like an idiot, or something like that, or like a nincompoop.
Nincompoop.
Yeah. It'd be toot blay if it was like an idiot. Yeah. Well, I don't know. So, and I don't know who has that. Who put that together? But is it just any time you get thrown out on the bases, or does there have to be?
I don't know if there's kind of a definition. I think if you get thrown out like the 3 Braves were tonight, it probably gets thrown into that bucket, even if you could claim it was a smart decision.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of the premise is just not giving up outs. They've given up an inning's worth of outs, which, as you know, is a very precious commodity in our sport.
Yeah, but of course, the counter to that is so are bases, and if you're trying to gain a base,
so are runs.
Yeah, especially when that base is that. Yeah.
And 2 of them caught at home plate.
A flat one there at home.
Gohara is going to work a 1, 2, 3, 6th. 1-1 tie here in game 1. Our Cubs insiders on NBCSportsChicago.com, presented by nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Go to jeffvuk.com or follow him on social media. Nationwide is on your side. It's a 1-1 tie, but it has been a rather eventful night. Freddie Freeman to Baez.
Happiest guy in the ballpark is Javi, who made that critical error, but ultimately did not produce any runs for the Braves. Darvish tonight, 4 innings, 3 hits, a run. It was earned. He walked 2, struck out 5. 61 pitches, 36 for strikes.
Left here. Markakis takes a ball. And 379 against lefties. 3 of his 7 home runs have come off southpaws. And he grounds to first. 3rd time he's grounded out to the right side. That brings up Suzuki.
Cardinals and the Twins are in the 6th inning in Minnesota. It's 1-0 St. Louis.
Adam Wainwright on the DL for the 3rd time this season. 2nd time due to his elbow. Fastball strike.
Pirates lead the White Sox 7-0. Bottom of the 7th in Pittsburgh. Trevor Williams 7 scoreless tonight for the Buccos.
Walk by Russell. He'll rifle to Rizzo, and nice work by Montgomery quickly in the 6th.
3rd for Law Enforcement Appreciation Night at the ballpark. All participants who purchase tickets through the Cubs Community Nights page receive a Cubs-themed travel tumbler. A portion of net proceeds will be donated to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund. For more information, visit Cubs.com/Community Nights.
O'Hara with a 1-2-3 sixth. 12 pitches. David Bodie bats for Mike Montgomery. He gave the Cubs 2 scoreless innings in relief of Yu Darvish.
One very eventful, and then the last one very uneventful, a typical Montgomery 3 ground ball out inning.
Joe was singing the praises of David Bodie before the game over in his office. Says he has the type of swing that you can't teach.
It's unteachable?
Call it real handsy. Likes, just really likes.
Yeah, it really throws the head.
Yeah. Kind of compared him to the left-handed hitting Jake Lamb in terms of that swing. Jammed and pops it up off of first. Freeman.
Just 3 hits tonight. He managed 3 in the finale of the White Sox series a couple of days ago.
You hear what the organist just played?
No.
Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones.
Oh,
he must read the newspaper.
Yeah. Does his homework.
He's wearing his Cubs blue shoes tonight, but that's been a big topic among the local Chicago media, as he wants to have the option of wearing his black shoes. Yeah, the organ players around baseball, including the great Gary Pressey, my buddy Josh Cantor in Boston, they sneak in some good ones every once in a while. Don't know the name of the organist here in Atlanta, and I suppose as he went, we could ask him or her tomorrow, hey, did you play that for the shoe thing? And the answer could be, no, I just really like the Rolling Stones. Matthew Kaminsky was the organist, but I have a feeling he knows.
Absolutely.
Cubs without a base runner since Rizzo walked in the 5th.
Could use an extra base hit here. Chris 2 for 2 plus a walk tonight, a couple of singletons.
Going in. Well located, 2-1. High fly, deep center, in Ciarte, back to the track. Bryant just missed one. Stretch time in Atlanta. Cubs 1, Braves 1.
We're here in this
complexes are all located in Kohler, Wisconsin, 2 hours from Chicago. Learn more at whistlingstraits.com/Cubs. Beautiful part of Wisconsin, just north of Milwaukee. Have you played the Straits?
Years ago.
Pedro Strop is in.
I'm ready for a redo. Pedro has been outstanding this year. He's picked up 3 wins along the way in his 17 appearances, a 1.59 ERA. Only runs he's allowed coming in 1 outing against St. Louis.
And Ciarte has played the small game and the big game. Bunt single and a steal and a home run. 2 of the best offenses in the league. They haven't done a whole lot tonight.
Pedro started throwing a cutter a little bit second half of last year. And
another one well hit. Zobrist back at the wall, and he has room this time.
Hender's game is changing. Get the ball out of the ballpark.
Time for a Rocket Mortgage breakdown.
Yeah, the pen has been rock solid. 2.69 ERA, 3rd best in the National League. Everybody out there doing a really nice job.
Swing and a miss by Bautista. He has fanned twice. Both times against the starter Darvish. Last time he swung at 3 consecutive sliders well off the plate.
Yeah, well, we talked about him the other day. Guy still has power in his bat, but the bat speed has slowed, so he's got to cheat to get to the fastball. Really becomes susceptible to that breaking pitch.
Wow, he's missed 6 consecutive sliders. And the crowd letting him hear it. 2 down.
Appreciating the effort of Patrick for him tonight. The last 2 were set up by the first one. He got beat by a fastball right down the middle from Darvish. So you can almost read his mind where he said, "I'm not going to let that happen again tonight. I'm not going to get beat by a heater." And he's trying to be quick, but he's out in front of the slide ball.
Camargo part of a huge play in this game on a pitch that got by Wilson Contreras, but he was tagged out at the plate by Mike Montgomery. Contreras, by the way, has an error tonight, but he's had a great game defensively. That throw to the plate and then the throw to third to nail Culberson. And that one stung. There are 2 places that hurt the most. One we know about, and I'm wondering if this was the other one. Oh no, that came. I was going to say the big toe is the other one. And it looked like it may have gotten the top of his foot. It's a non-scientific thing, but Bob Brenly told me once that's the most painful part of the body when you get hit.
Top of the toe, the big toe?
Big toe. Like you stub your toe, you get hit by a foul ball on the big toe, that's it. Nothing more painful.
Your toenail turns black and falls off.
Yeah.
A few days later.
Dan Winkler is up.
I mentioned Strop started mixing in more cutters last year, and he's gone to it even more heavily this year. You see slider typically 83, 84. That cutter's more 87, 88. And he's one at 89. Basically, he's traded in some sinkers and some four-seamers for some cutters.
Pulled foul. Matt checks in on Twitter and says, JD, if you're going to play the straights, you can crash at his place after.
All right.
Got a place to stay. The next tweet, Matt will be asking if you can buy the round of golf. It's a fair trade. Hit right to Rizzo, down to a knee. Strop at the bag. And a quiet 7th. Bullpen has done its job. 1-1 to the 8th. Couple of big plays at the plate. Kyle Schwarber in the first, nailing Freddie Freeman. Great tag by Contreras. And then catcher and pitcher teaming up to get Johan Camargo. Third base, Charlie Culberson out. O'Hara in his 3rd inning.
Now, and Culberson appeared to be safe at third base, but he would have been better off just staying put in that situation. But the athleticism of Contreras, man. He bounces around back there, gets the balls, makes off-balance throws.
High towering fly in Ciarte. Will grab it. Bryant Rizzo. Off Gohara. Near misses.
A couple balls tonight I thought were hit a little bit better and died short of the warning track. Almora hit a ball pretty hard last time up as well.
Ryan Snitker will make a change. 8th inning. Cubs and Braves tied at 1. We'll be back.
left field porch under the video board. This private porch offers a unique view of the game with both sunny and shaded areas. Available at 50 to 100 blocks with unlimited beverages and access 2 hours prior to first pitch. For more information, visit Cubs.com/premier.
Time now for the BioFreeze call to the pen. Official external pain relief of the Chicago Cubs. It's Dan Winkler. We saw Ryan Flaherty also into play third as part of a double switch.
Winkler's got a tough act to follow. Gohara was outstanding tonight. Winkler comes on for the 20th time, and he's been lights out with that 1.02 ERA. His bullpen had some struggles early in the year. They've rounded into form. Their closer, Aroldis Vizcaíno, was not available yesterday. They were able to finish off that game using Minter in the ninth. It got dicey as the Cubs scored a run, had the bases loaded before it ended. I have to assume Vizcaíno's back in play tonight.
Two and one on Contreras, who has walked, doubled, scored, and struck out. Two and two.
Fastball, sliders, and cutters for Winkler. He's been piling up the strikeout rate just under 40%. He was originally drafted by the Cubs out of high school in the 43rd round, St. Anthony High School in Effingham, Illinois. And on to Parkland College in Champaign, and then the University of Central Florida.
Swing and a miss. Number two.
All the red K's on the scorecard tonight. 13.
Dan is the fourth Major League player ever to have Winkle in his last name. The first three were George Winkleman back in the 1880s, Jewel Winklemeyer in the 1920s, and your guy Chicken Wolf, William Van Winkle.
What about Bobby Winkles?
Well, he managed.
No.
But we'll count him too. Yeah.
He didn't play. Bobby Winkles never played in the big leagues.
Illinois Wesleyan. Managed the Angels and the A's. 0-2 to Baez.
He's caught in between here tonight. Taking the strikes, swinging at the balls. Only takes one. I would think Dan's nickname would be the Fonz. Right?
You got to remember, though, he was born in 1990.
Yeah. I think Happy Days is anything on his radar?
Maybe.
That was the Henry Winkler character in Arrested Development, the attorney there. Maybe that would play.
Yeah, a little more current.
The Fonz is iconic, though. Everybody knows the Fonz.
Sure. One tie, 8th inning. Two is outside. He's run it full.
Good take there. That's that cutter. Throws it hard, 92. Javi sniffed it out. Now the question now on 3-2, because this is what happens. Not just to Javi, but a lot of hitters will show patience on that 2-2, but they'll kind of play a little mind game with themselves and talk themselves into thinking they're going to get a fastball in the zone here.
breaking ball. And the Cubs haven't done a whole lot here offensively lately. The Braves have not either. 1-1.
Are on the go with MLB.TV. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details.
Bottom of the 8th, it's right-hander Carl Edwards Jr., South Carolina native.
Yeah, he said he's got good bit of family here for this series.
From Prosperity SC. Ryan Flaherty fouls back. Fastball at 95. 1-1 bottom of the 8th. Spring Bean Slinger. Speaking of nicknames, 6'3", 170. A little choke up on the bat from Flaherty, and the pitch. Bounce to first. Rizzo's been busy tonight. Earlier today,
4 or 5 of those.
The Padres shut out the Rockies 4-0 in San Diego. Jordan Lyles was perfect into the 8th inning.
Yeah, it's funny. Jordan Lyles has been around a long time now, and I remember when he first came up with the Astros. They were very high on him, and showed flashes. And then, as a starter, it didn't work out. Put him in the pen, send him out to the minor leagues, move him around. He's bounced around a couple different clubs now.
A broken bat pop up. Albies retired by Russell. Now time for our lows. Whole team together. Braves and Cubs right at the top of the run differential board in the National League. Braves have the best record in the senior circuit, 25-15. Acuna with 2 outs. The Padres still the only major league team without a no-hitter. 7,858 games into their existence. They're all nice to win, but I think especially this one tonight. Yu Darvish making his return from the DL. He gets a no decision. With those 3 big plays, 2 at the plate, 1 at third. You'd love to steal one here.
Yeah, especially after a couple leave a bad taste in your mouth losses to end the homestand.
Deep center, trouble, gone.
Wow, way gone.
Ronald Acuna Jr. makes it 2-1. That was a rocket to center.
Yeah, we talked about some of the balls that were hit that direction earlier tonight that didn't carry. Well, obviously they weren't hit quite as well as this one. The young man just absolutely obliterated that baseball. It's his 4th major league home run. It figures to be a long, productive career.
So the Braves with 2 solo homers tonight, and they've got their closer, the former Cub Arodys Vizcaíno, up in the bullpen. As Freeman fouls out of play. The Cubs in the 9th will have Schwarber, Almora, and Russell due. Tommy La Stella as a potential pinch hitter. Guessing Joe will have La Stella ready if anybody reaches, with the pitcher spot due up 4th. So we will go to the 9th. Braves now lead 2-1 after the home run by Acuna. Do or die now. We're in the 9th inning. Vizcaíno 7 out of 8. And unavailable yesterday as A.J. Minter gave up a run, but came in with a 2-run advantage to get the save.
Tough to hit, obviously. He's got a big arm, but he can get a little loose on him from time to time. You see 10 walks in 18 2/3 innings. The guy leading off the inning, Kyle Schwarber. A good guy to have in this situation. He can tie the game with one swing of the bat, and also capable of working a walk. It's been a tough go for him here tonight. He struck out all 3 times. As we often say, the beauty of baseball, redemption can come with one swing of the bat.
Vizcaíno works from the stretch, and Schwarber in the air to center, and another ball that will die before it gets to the track.
Just, you know, he picked a good pitch, took a good swing at it, just didn't get the head out in front. Just got beat a little bit. Vizcaíno averages 97 miles per hour with his heater. He's been known to reach triple digits. Complements it with a good curveball, an occasional changeup.
Breaking ball, strike. We'd like to get a guy on and get LaStella up there. And remember, they were traded for one another. Tommy came over prior to 2015 for Vizcaíno. And there's a base hit. Could be more than one. Almora on his way to second, and he is in with a double. Tying run in scoring position with one out.
Boy, play the game. Absolutely love it. Great hustle. Good play by Acuna in left field, too. He hustles over, cuts this off, and makes a good, strong throw. In this situation, you're down to your last chances here. You're going to push. You're not going to wait against a guy like Vizcaíno and assume you're going to string hits together. You get a chance to get two bases, go for it.
Here's Russell. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Takes outside, maybe high on 99. LaStella now on deck. 2-1 Braves, 9th inning. Bounce to third, but it's foul. Vizcaíno really put together, 6 feet 245. That's Brandon Morrow on the left and Justin Wilson on the right.
Best case scenario is Morrow pitches the bottom of the ninth. Worst case scenario, nobody pitches the bottom of the ninth. Wilson's is the in between.
He had a hanger and could only foul it back.
Just stayed in a little bit. Floats out over the plate a little bit more. He probably does some damage. Another good swing.
Well, it was a junior who gave the Braves the lead. Ronald Acuna, and a junior who's standing at second base for the Cubs, Albert Almora. In fact, Acuna hit the home run off another junior, Carl Edwards.
Good 3-2. Yeah, he's working a nice AB here.
Here it is. A drive out into center. Inciarte on his horse. He's not going to get there. Tie ball game. What an at bat by Addison Russell. It's 2-2.
Maybe the best at bat he's had all year. That was some good work, man. That was impressive. Talk about controlling the at bat in a high leverage situation. He gets the heater from Vizcaíno and he gets the head out in front of this one. Great work. Wow.
Chuck Hernandez, the pitching coach, will make a visit. Second blown save for Vizcaino. And a tie ball game here in the ninth. Here's the ex-Brave. Outside, ball one. The count.
He used to throw a bigger, softer curveball. This is more slider slurvy that he's featuring now.
On a bounce, it's played and bobbled by Albies, but he's got time to recover. Russell's at third with 2 outs, and the batter is Zobrist.
Twelve in a row had been retired before the Almora double.
Pitch to Zoe is off the inside. Likely Wilson in the bottom of the ninth. If this game stays tied, and Morrow if Zobrist can give the Cubs the lead. There'll be some irony, I suppose, if Vizcaino lets one fly and Russell were able to score on a wild pitch.
Yeah,
the Braves have been thrown out twice.
I was thinking that very thing. And again, this would be a time, even though the Braves got caught, this would be a time to be aggressive.
Two and one on Zobrist. There's a base hit. Cubs lead 3-2. A 2-run ninth inning.
Boy, solid contact too. Nothing cheap about these hits. 2 doubles and a solid single from Zobrist. Those are fired up over there in the third base dugout.
Big hits by Almora, Russell, and now Zobrist. One and one. CJ can get a win after giving up the go-ahead homer. Cubs have scored twice. He is the pitcher of record. 1-2. That will end the ninth. But the damage done, and the Cubs have a lead, 3-2. As we head to the bottom of the ninth, Russell ties it. Zobrist gives them the advantage.
Elevated fastball away, not close enough to bite. Took a good swing at that sinker in. Good take on the heater away. Slider could have done some damage to him, but look at the Nate. It's just a good, aggressive, on-time swing. He just missed that heater there. This is the key for me, laying off that slider right there. Forces Vizcaino back into the strike zone with a fastball, and he is all over it. A while back when he was scuffling, the timing wasn't there. He was in between a lot, drifting. Really looks good in the batter's box right now.
So he plates the tying run, scores the go-ahead tally, and here's Brandon Morrow looking for his 10th save.
Markakis, Suzuki, and Inciarte do for the Braves here. Morrow comes on for the 16th time. For the most part, he has been very aggressive.
Here we go. Markakis sends it down the left field line. Ian Happ just into the game. Reaches over. Did he get it? I don't think so. But a great effort.
Yeah, just a tremendous try here by Ian.
He got a glove on it, looked like. And there is no fan interference once you go into the stand, so that's anybody's ball. And he almost got it. One strike on Markakis. Really likes that 5-4 seamer. Gets a lot of swings and misses on it. Sometimes he'll get some sink on that pitch. It's not a 2-seamer, it's a 4-seamer, but he gets good movement. Another foul. 99 that time. 2-2. Kurt Suzuki stands on deck. Inciarte also due. He gets under it. And Hack for out number 1. Hefty home run time. Cubs leaders, Baez with 10. Bryant and Rizzo heating up here lately, along with Wilson Contreras. One to Suzuki. Division leading Brewers are in Arizona tonight. 0-0, bottom 3. Cubs only 2 games back, even though they're in 4th place. On the ground, it's Addison Russell, the shortstop. Down to their final out.
And Snitker will be hopping mad after this ball game if the Braves don't rally. The call at home plate did not go his way, and then the call at third base that didn't go his way, and he didn't have a challenge left on that one.
Inciarte homered in the 4th. That tied the game.
You know, we talked about the Braves and their aggressive approach, and I would imagine the philosophy is we're not going to change now just because it's the 9th inning. And I think the book on Morrow too is be ready to swing it, because he comes right after you typically with that first pitch heater. Gunslinger mentality. Let's just get it on here. I'm going to come right after you with my best stuff. One of us is going to win. Let's not dilly-dally.
1-1. Hit hard on a hop. Baez has it. Cubs win. Cubs win. They take game 1 of the Atlanta portion of this week's series. 3-2 the final.
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier in the ball game. Not all wins, not all losses created equal. This is a nice W to get after a couple kind of meh performances those final 2 games of the homestand. They work around the air by Baez. That looked like it was really going to blow up on him. Maybe caught a break with the umpiring, but great response here coming back against the Braves closer.
The toast of the game is presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. We'll start with Wilson Contreras with his defense. Great throw there at the plate. How about this throw to third? A laser. Addison Russell with a great 9th inning at bat to tie the game. And then he would come around to score. And Ben Zobrist's game-winning hit. Benny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. Nice start to the road trip.
Yeah, and don't forget the first run of the game scored after Contreras had doubled the lead.